Welcome everybody to yet another Coffee Time with Hako, the show where I have my morning coffee and then I yap off into the void. Well met peeps, and today we're gonna be yapping about Yuzuha. And it is the summer patch, so let's do this. There we go. So, in this video I'm gonna give you my first impressions of Yuzuha. I've now had access to her for 24 hours on the creator beta servers. We're still under embargo, so I'm not allowed to show you anything from it just yet. But I can talk about my findings and whatnot. And just to be on the safe side, I won't mention specific numbers for stuff because they might still be tuning those. But what are my overall first impressions of Yuzuha? Well, she's absolutely freaking insane. I was expecting her to be Astra level, but that her kit would be very shoehorned into Anomaly teams, and outside of those she wouldn't provide much. I was mistaken. She is in every sense of the word the Astra power creep, even for teams outside of Anomaly. She provides Astra level buffs and more. The only thing that she is lacking is the access to chain attacks, unless she is M2. And after one day of testing, I found that slotting her in instead of Astra in any team gives you better results in all teams except one, which is an Evelyn team, because Evelyn is so heavily incentivized to do chain attacks. But even with that Evelyn team, the difference was less than 5% in Astra's favor. And that is also with a buff that heavily incentivized chain attacks. But other than that, she was the best in slot unit in any team, and this is especially true in Anomaly teams. You know how attackers were kinda catching up and was kinda on an equal level to Anomalies? Well, to Anomaly characters? Well, after Yuzuha, no more. After Yuzuha's release, Anomaly characters are gonna be so far ahead once again that they won't even be able to see the attacker characters. And she works with every single Anomaly character. She is slightly more incentivized to go with Yanagi because Yosa is able to increase the amount of damage attribute Anomalies does and disorder damage does. And her best teams consist of 2 Anomaly characters, so there are 2 characters that can benefit of her massive buffs. And that can be Jane, Yuzuha, Bernice, it can be Miyabi, Yuzuha, Vivian, it can be Piper, Yuzuha, Bernice. So any sort of double Anomaly setup. And the testing so far has been with only M0 agents, and now they haven't given us the best deadly assault bosses to showcase the power, but on the Typhoon Destroyer I managed to get 62,000 I think it was with Yanagi, Yuzuha and Vivian. Piper, Yuzuha, Vivian on the new Miasma Priest 35,000, Jane, Yuzuha, Bernice on Dead and Butcher 42,000, Miyabi, Yuzuha, Yanagi on Twin Marionettes 58,000, which could definitely have been a kill with better gear, or simply just more time. When we get into the creative servers, we have to spend our time wisely, so I can't be doing 150 tries just to get the kill on Miyabi. I have to do, I can do a bunch and then I have to move on to other projects. But yeah, she's absolutely freaking cracked. I wasn't expecting this much of a generalist from her. Like I said, even running her without her additional ability, which requires 1 spook faction or 1 Anomaly character, even not having that one active and running her in an attacker team will yield you slightly better results than running Astra. I was not expecting that. And in Anomaly teams, she makes Astra look like an A rank. And probably many of you are wondering, does she need her engine? Well, we have another case of the engine is the only one that's gonna allow her to max out one of her buffs, which is the additional ability one. But she is on the level of strength that she doesn't, need it, although it is a good investment. And you are gonna be able to reach close enough with also easy accessible engines. And her engine does nothing outside of Anomaly teams. So if you're planning to use her in an attacker team or rupture team, you would be better off running Kaboom the Cannon or Astra's engine. Her mindscapes, they look to be insanely good, with a big emphasis on M2. I haven't gotten to the activating mindscape parts yet, and don't worry, she's absolutely cracked at M0, and even if you don't go for her own engine. So, how important will Yuzuha beat the pool? Well, how important would you say that Astra Yao is? Because she is at least that important than if you have an Anomaly loaded account. You have a lot of the limited Anomalies, and maybe you're planning to go for Alice. Base kit, she's as important to Astra, then for every other strong Anomaly character you have, add on even more. And she will provide an insane amount of value to your account. Slap her into any team and she will skyrocket that team's potential. So yeah, everybody, I would love to stay in chat, but I need to get back to like testing out and recording more Yuzuha. And more videos like showcasing her, a full guide to her, etc. will be coming on the channel in the upcoming few days, so stay tuned for that. And if you're still pulling for your fufu with the chance of maybe missing Yuzuha, my recommendation would be to stop and instead make sure that you pick up by Yuzuha, because I don't think that this is a character you're gonna want to miss. But as always, pull with your heart. If you really don't want Yuzuha, skip her. Your account will be fine, but it will be a hell of a lot more deadly with Yuzuha in it. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Have a big hug, and as always, until next time, Hako out.
Oh, I wish that you could just take it easy. Lay back, fast the way I roll. So get off my tail, or else you will get to say hello to my jolly sharks. Got up like, don't you know? Don't you know? You should know that I'll fight them all. These sharks got up like, don't you know? Hurry up and get it done. But don't run my patience to the